Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on. We're going to double check a few key factors here and make sure we're on the right track with this. Is it going up? Is it going down? What the heck's the deal? I get the question often. Obviously, we want to kind of understand that. We're going to look at some backend data here as well and kind of just see generally what's going on with liquidation, etc. So again, congrats to our community members. Some nice profits here from Crowcoin, a previous Chili's trade, as well as yesterday was a good day. We got XRP, OGN, .comp, some pretty big profit taken there yesterday as well. So again, just quick congrats on that. I get the question all the time, so I figured I'd just cover it really quick. CryptoCash.tag is where you can register. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I've got a Trading Academy community and signals group. We've got limited slots available. Also, extremely important, Bitunix is having our very first exclusive trading competition with our community. So again, be sure to check that out. I will link this in the description below here soon and make sure that we just kind of iron out the details, but a lot of good rewards here, a good $10,000 prize pool amongst a lot of different topics, if you will. Okay, so cool stuff there. Check that out in your own time. What we want to look at here with Bitcoin is a couple of key factors. So first things first, on the 4-hour time frame, we want to recognize that we are definitely creating some interesting patterns. Basically, we're seeing lower lows and lower highs for the moment, but it's also one of those breakout patterns too. And I'm not saying this is a guarantee, but we do have a bullish type of pennant pattern, and a lot of times it'll work itself into a tight wedge and either break up or down. Statistically, it's more likely to break up, but once more, we could very well see some downtrend as well. Just depends on how much resistance we have in this region, which we've seen so far a decent amount. So looking at liquidation, what does that mean for us here? Let's take a quick peek. Well, this is the 7-day, and it's kind of sporadic here, a little bit more, I guess you could say, loose. We got a heavy concentration at about 58,900. And again, the reason why it looks like this is mainly because we have a lot of heavy orders at specific price points. It's not kind of spread out very well. In other words, big money's is in, if you will, right? So what we're looking at here is 59,000 as a close approximate 58.9 as the next level of heavy liquidation. Again, that's when the price wicked all the way down to 59,000 here recently, when we had the exchanges shut down for a little while, and then the price hasn't retested that level, but that's an area we see the heaviest concentration on the long side if you exclude the 56K or lower. Okay, same thing here as well with 68K. That's a heavy concentration there. If we zoom in a little bit closer, we can see maybe 67 and 65. So some round numbers are essentially surfacing here. 65, 67, and 68 are the next areas. So those would be some profit target taking areas if you're considering a long. Basically, that's what that boils down to. Let's take a quick peek at the last 12 hours just to kind of see what's happening here. And we can see that, as per usual, kind of working ourselves in here. But it does look like this lower region of about 61,000 has a heavy concentration of longs. Some just got liquidated here at about 61,200. But again, we could see the price wick all the way down to 61,000 or possibly 60K. I've got limit orders all the way down. I would recommend the same for you as well with spot bags, just be on the safe side. We never truly know how much lower the price could go. But if it does, 61K makes a lot more sense in the immediate future, which isn't too far away, honestly. So we'll see if that happens. Let's take a look at the daily, though. Generally speaking, this is an ugly situation. I don't love this here. Let's go ahead and draw some new fibs here from the most recent low to the most recent high. We will reverse these fibs just to go back to standard and kind of just pay attention here. So generally speaking, we are consolidating nicely here. We got a candlestick closure right at that 0.236 fib there at about 60,800. So that's a nice solid little support for us for now. So we can summarize that 60,800 is one. We can also double check a couple of other things here too. Let's take a look at the moving averages and kind of see what's going on. So when it comes to moving averages, I mean, we've known this for a while. We're above all 4 moving averages. Nothing really to note here, but they are creeping up to that 53,000 mark for the 20-day SMA. Just kind of letting us know that we're still obviously in a bullish uptrend. No reason to be concerned with the price pulling back. It's very normal or standard for the price to retrace at this point. In fact, it'd actually be unhealthy if we didn't get a slight retracement. So I would hope that 57 to 60,000 actually happens, just so we can, well, not only fill our spot bags, but more importantly, get that healthy correction before the price legs up again, if it were to. We don't truly know, but it does seem like 69,000 is an inevitability at this point, right? Especially with Bitcoin being less than 50 days away. So big deal there. A lot of things to recognize. So we can see a stochastic divergence here on the daily. That's letting us know we have a shift in momentum here, and that we could see the price pull back a little bit. RSI money flow index still very high though, so that really isn't all that telling. Honestly, when you see those things in combination, stochastic doesn't really have a whole heck of a lot of legs to stand on based on the simple fact that there's a lot of money flowing to this coin and it really matters very little. Okay, so let's double check here a couple of things here really quick. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see stochastic RSI is still swinging down here even though it's fairly low. Money flow index is fairly high, and we can see here that traditional RSI is back under 70. Okay, so when that happens, it really just implies that the price action is cooling down. But the fact of the matter is here, with the RSI coming down and the price action staying where it's at, that does lead me to believe we will see a bullish convergence here in the near future. Again, this has to continue for some time for that to occur. But just say the RSI keeps tapering off, right? But the price stays where it's at. That's showing that there's a lot of bullish continuation at this region. With the money flow index staying high, we'll pivot off of 50 on the RSI and continue further. Okay, that's a possibility. Is it a guarantee? No, because we've got a MACD divergence here kind of telling us the shift in momentum has occurred, which is true. We've got lower lows and so far a lower high. Okay, so is that definitive by any stretch? No, definitely not. We're still in this funky little place here. We've got a little bit of liquidity left in the upper region here. It needs to be swept, but we're no longer overextended. We're consolidating nicely. So the truth is no one really knows where it's going to go. But at this point, we've got some, some bullish convergences with the indicators, but also the oscillators are telling us the price could come back down based on that the momentum has after having been shifted. Keep in mind though, the momentum is shifted based on the simple fact that we've got a large uptrend that occurred. So any type of, even straight sideways action, the oscillators are going to tell you the price is going to go down when it may not, considering it's just that natural law of averages. Okay. So all that having been said, let's look at the hourly and see if there's any kind of confirmation. My speculation is no, we don't have anything, which we don't, but we are still above the cloud. And I would say that's the most important thing. So if in 24 to 48 hours from now, the price action works its way to this, 60,000 region, we will likely be in a situation where a short would become viable. Okay, because you're basically shorting with confirmation at that point. We can also see lag and span here is not free and clear of the price action. Conversion line is above the baseline, but barely. All right, so we got 2 out of 3 indications saying a long position is more viable at this point. But with the lag and span having been within the price action for some time, you literally should have taken some profits by now. Is really what it boils down to. So I know it sounds crazy, but it's generally one of those things where we gotta, kind of just be patient, I guess you could say. We do technically have a short open ourselves with an average entry price really close to the current price right now. So truth is, I'm comfortable leaving that open because it's a low leverage, low position size, right? We're not going to get destroyed if that doesn't work out. But we're hedging our longs with some shorts, and that's just basically what we're doing right now at this point. You kind of have to do that in some cases, depending on when the market has these kind of movements. But again, we're trading on confirmation. All the longs we've taken so far are confirming that they want to continue higher. The one short that we took outside of this, which is an SCI short, also confirmed bearish divergence. And if Bitcoin pulls back, it will definitely hit its target. So again, there's some handfuls of different things you can kind of think of, but if you're concerned about the trades that we are in right now, you're probably doing it wrong. You're using too much. You should never be stressed about what you're trading. You should be comfortable almost at all times. Granted, it's okay to feel a little emotional investment because it's money that you're going to potentially lose. But if that ever sways your mood in the day or makes you feel like garbage at the end of the day, you're absolutely doing it wrong. So revisit my signals guide here and make sure you're using the proper amount of risk tolerance, right? Mine isn't necessarily the same as yours, but if yours isn't working for you, maybe you could consider shifting that. Watch my Trading University videos too to make sure you're back on track there as well. A lot of folks forget the basics and the fundamentals. Okay. Anyways, that's all we got here for now. Again, Bitunix trading competition. You have to use my link to register, but make sure that if you do, you're eligible for this here. We do have enrollment, of course, for any new members between the 1st and the 6th, but it will take place 7th through the 21st. And there's a lot of cool little contests here for P&L, volume, and then we got some lucky draws too for 4 million volume plus. So really cool stuff. Check that out. Again, cryptocash.tech is a site as well if you're curious about how to register for Bitunix. Either way, I do want to say thank you so much for the wonderful support I've been receiving from my community. I'm glad all the signals are working well for you. We did take some massive profits yesterday. So again, it's okay to kind of chill and relax and let things happen, right? No need to force a trade. We're good. All right. I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you next one. Take care.